Well, the hottest trend for the well-dressed man this winter will be a falcon or another bird on their arm.
Did you just call yourself a well-dressed man?
No, I was talking about other men, not me.
We're joined now by Joanne Bentley. You've met her on our program many times before with her very special friends. She's a journeyman falconer and has some great friends today, including this one. Joanne, tell us who this is.
Mistral, we've met before.
This is Mistral. This is Mike's girlfriend, and she is a peregrine falcon, and she's now 3.5 years old.
And what's the lifespan for
this particular subspecies? Maybe about 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
They've got a very fast metabolism, and you know, they're high strung. They're like a red setter with wings.
And
so
is there a certain
bird for Eckford.
sort of arc to their development as well? I mean, do they come into their own as a trained falcon at some point and then sort of taper off towards the end of their life?
They tend to be pretty spry. I mean, it depends on how easy their life has been to that point, you know.
And she looks so beautiful. Last time she was here, she was missing a few feathers.
Yes, she's got a beautiful deck of tail feathers now. Actually, she's glorious. It's taken us 3 years to
Anything we can do to get her to show? She is an absolutely
well, if you rock
gorgeous.
your fist back and forth.
There you go. Make her a little mad.
Yeah, that's
Tease her a bit, Eckford.
I'm sorry.
Well, she's a princess. She's happy to show
Look at her
off.
tail.
Now, has she been in any movies or anything recently?
Mistral has not, but the two gentlemen that you're soon going to meet have both been very busy from last year and this year. Right off the bat, our new baby that we'll talk about in a minute was involved in some
Well, let's
shooting,
bring in my boyfriend.
Okay, I'm going to step back because Mistral gets a little jealous.
Yeah, and who is this who's flying in?
This is your boyfriend, Saber.
Hi, Saber.
Hi, Saber. Hi.
What up?
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about Saber.
Saber is now a 2.5-year-old gerfalcon hybrid. He's 3/4 ger, 1/4 saker falcon. We do this, you probably remember me mentioning last time, we do this because the theory goes, well, if I hybridize the largest falcon in the world with the second largest, which has heat tolerance, I can fly him in the desert.
Right.
And that's why the Middle Eastern falconers love these hybrids so much. But he looks very much...
And what is Saber eating there? A little snack?
He's having a little snack of quail, courtesy of Furcrest Farms out in Aldergrove. Beautiful, beautiful quail that they breed out there.
Gorgeous. So, how often do you have to sort of get them out and you know, maintain that connection and train and make sure that they're active and involved and everything? Well,
training, as you guys probably remember, is ongoing. Every single day we're doing something with them. If weather shuts us down, like on a day like today, put on the rain gear, we take them for a walk in the rain, and this is what we call manning.
I guess they need to exercise like any animal.
Yes, they do. They're athletes. These are your sky hunters. These are the athletes of the wind. Okay. And yeah, anytime we can get them up in the air.
Tell us what Saber's been up to the last little while.
Saber is one of the principals in a short 3D movie that I shot with Bron McCash. It was called The Duel. Yeah. And Saber is featured on the list of credits as the
Saber in 3D.
Yeah.
So Saber's a movie star. Is he getting an attitude now?
No, he's actually very humble about it.
Still very down to earth.
I'll let you find that out for yourself.
So then he can still be my boyfriend.
He can still be your boyfriend. He'll be like, hey, this is my lady.
Hello.
There we go.
And are they at all social? I mean, amongst themselves, or are they very separate and very...
They have a level of tolerance for each other, which of course goes beyond
kind of like me and Mike.
Right, yeah, that's right. It's very similar.
You put you two close together and you come to blows, I know. Yeah. Don't make me separate you. But no, these guys have a level of tolerance for each other that they would not normally have in the wild. But having said that, you're about as close as I would ever want the two of them to be.
Let's bring out your newest friend.
Now, are all three okay together? We can just let them all hang out?
Tell us a little bit about Mojave. What an incredible...
What an incredible boy. Yes, he is, he's just 6.5 months old. He's huge. He's one of the biggest male red tails I have ever laid eyes on. He's beautiful. He's absolutely stunning. His feathers are a little bit of rough shape. He had a rough trip out on WestJet, but you know, that was a bit stressing.
Don't we all in the end?
Well, you know what? No one likes the steward's jokes. You know, I mean, it's just one of those things. But, how did you find Mojave?
Mojave was bred by Master Falconer Dan Paradis at the Centre de Fauconnier au Québec in the province of Quebec. And of course, so now I had to dredge up all the grade 12 French I could remember when I was
right to go.
So I didn't feel like completely, you know, disenfranchised. I don't know what you're saying to me.
And has Mojave been working in the movie business too?
Yes, he has. We are the familiar of the bad guy character in a web series called Divine. So look for it in June, July on the web.
How much of your job when you're doing stuff like that is about teaching the people how to handle these gorgeous creatures as opposed to the gorgeous creatures learning how to handle another human?
You know, it depends on the role that we're being asked to provide. I mean, as the familiar of the bad guy, Mojave is kind of an independent being that is sort of in servitude.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I expect that there will be some interaction between him and the bad guy, maybe sitting on the bad guy's wrist the odd time.
Yeah.
But most of all, he's a spy for the bad guy.
What a good spy to have.
In the duel, Saber was, I played the part of the Red Knight in the duel, and Saber was my hunting companion. So as a falcon would be for a knight.
Yeah, so, and there's familiarity there, obviously,
that's right.
with everything
so
else.
there's going to be some variation in terms of how much you're having to school the human principles as well as these guys.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of prep that goes into getting these guys ready for whatever role they're being asked to play.
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
having your birds, does it take you all over the world still? Do you just...
I was in Argentina back in October. I actually got to handle a harpy eagle, which was absolutely fantastic.
A harpy eagle?
No idea what that means.
A harpy eagle, there's some very famous footage on the web of a harpy eagle actually taking a howler monkey off a branch and then taking off with it. It was one of these things. A howler monkey.
How big is the eagle?
Well, this particular harpy, I mean, they're among the largest eagles in the world. And, you know, you're routinely looking 15, 16, 18 pounds for a female. It's not outrageous, right?
Yeah.
But what was really neat about this footage was that the National Geographic was there shooting a spot on howler monkeys. The whole thing was about the monkeys. And he's got his camera rolling, and they must have shown it about 4 times. It's one of those one in a million shots, right? You know, the howler monkey, it's a big male on a branch. He's carrying on, and he's howling and letting everybody else know, incoming, you know, and then
sounds like something out of the Wizard of Oz.
On it goes.
And I mean, we're talking about a monkey that's the size of a small child.
Yeah.
Their tail is as thick as my forearm.
So when you're
That's
holding,
a little disarming.
When you're holding this harpy, you have to be very aware of what huge.
What was interesting was Richard was actually a very small male harpy. He was particularly small. And what was interesting about him, his backstory was that he had actually been poached from the Amazon rainforest. Yeah. Presumably he was going to be sold away to some other state. The authorities found out about it, seized him, didn't know what to do with him, so he was turned over to the Buenos Aires Zoo. And the Buenos Aires Zoo is fantastic. I mean, talk about a brilliant facility. So
Give me, I think we might break up.
Good handling, Forbes.
My boyfriend doesn't love me
So what
anymore.
an fortunate incident that, you know, it ended up in a place where people knew what to do and how to care for it.
That's right, exactly.
Well, it's an inspiration every time you bring
Absolutely.
It's lovely to visit with you guys again.
They're absolutely incredible.
Thank God you've got a handler
we don't
here
see
to
each
help me
other
with that one.
We need to form a closer bond.
I think I just
come
got
and visit you
dumped
more.
by my boyfriend on TV.
Yeah, well,
No, he was just having a moment. It's just, you know, I'm a star now. I want to go back
A little
to
bit
my
of
trailer.
attitude. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return,
it's kind of nice though, because
Executive Chef Curtis
Moving your
Webb
hair,
will be
that's
here
right.
from
So drop your
Goldfish
elbow.
Pacific Kitchen.
it gives you that nice wind blown.
Yes.
I just need a bird with me at all times.